Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Shady, and we're making a very special series for the Paper and Ink vlog, which is specifically about creating a notebook. I always have a notebook with me everywhere I go. This one is over 20 years old. I started using it to write down my game design concepts. Every time I go into a meeting, I have another notebook that's just for taking meeting notes. There's something magical about having a notebook with you. I feel like a notebook is like a platform for creation, for imagination. It's a way to express your ideas, your thoughts, your goals, your dreams. Even the task of just keeping yourself accountable, writing your daily checklist on what you want to accomplish every day. Spend some time with your morning coffee, take some notes, write your checklist, express your feelings. Later on in life, you can always go back and look at your notebook and see what you were thinking, how you were feeling. It's like keeping an archive of your thoughts and your feelings through your life that you can go back and reminisce, see how you've changed, see how you've progressed. And it's always been a dream of mine to create my own notebook. And being in the book business for 20 years, I finally decided that I want to embark on that journey. And the very first part of creating the notebook in this series, first we're going to go meet one of China's best cloth makers, go check out his office. Then we're going to go visit the beginning stages of how they make the cloth. And then we're going to get into the design and the final production of creating this notebook. One of the best cloth makers in China, and I would even consider around the world, is Lantie Book Cloth Company. They're located right here in Shenzhen. The owner is a good friend of mine. He has some new samples that he wants to show me, and I want to check out their sample book and see what I like for designing this notebook. So let's go. Charles is a big collector of antiques. He's got record players. He has old equipment for sewing, and it's almost like his office is a little bit like a museum. So I'm gonna go show you some of that before we get into the book cloth. One of the coolest things that Charles has in his office is this old Edison phonograph that actually still works.
Let me show you.
It's so cool.
The record is before 100 years.
100 years ago.
You can see this. Edison.
Is this one song?
One song. Here. Chinese CD 蜡盆唱片，中国叫蜡盆唱片，英文我不知道怎么说。
So each one of these tubes is just one song. So like ancient. So his other record player that he has here, gonna play the Chinese national anthem.
Chinese people will sing, Jimmy.
He's got a nice collection of records, an original Michael Jackson off the wall from 1979, a year before I was actually born. And then another gem he has here. This is China's first female, most famous singer. The record's like over 80 years old. It's kind of sexy for being so ancient.
So sexy.
This is his meeting room and sample room behind me. He's got so many more antiques. One of my favorite ones being, let me show you, it's this ancient film camera. It still works. He just needs to buy the film. And all of the samples that you see here in the room are all using the book cloth material from his company. We're going to take a look at some of the stuff he's done and then hopefully find a beautiful, nice cloth that for our notebook. So this is the oldest thing he has in the office. It's a wooden spindle. It's like 140 years old. It comes from USA. And it's like the start of factory cloth making. So a real gem to have a piece like this, especially for a cloth maker.
Let me introduce one book. It's before 100 years, and this is from the German.
So this book's over 100 years old.
The cover material is by the coated cloth. You can see it.
So this book was made in 1913. It's over 100 years old, using cloth but with a coating on top of it. So amazing. It's full of historical photos. One of the big brands that have used his cloth is Gucci. This was it's a printable cloth, so it starts off on white and then it runs through the printing machine, and then you can print any design that you want with it. This is what Gucci did. It's really quite beautiful. They've also done some stuff with Disney. If you go to like Disney, they make you can get like a little passport, so they're using their cloth on the kind of Disney passports. So when you go to Disneyland, you can go and stamp all the places that you've seen, got some fun activities. Most importantly, it's his cloth. On some of the books that I've worked on, like Antarctica, sculpting places in the tropics, we've used his cloth. You know, it's just, the material is really high quality. Like I was saying before, I think this brand of cloth is one of the best quality and most beautiful in the world. So that's why we're here, gonna make our notebook, and hopefully it can be as beautiful as the samples in his office here. So this is their sample book. They have many different types of cloth. Some is printable, some already has patterns, some is silky, some has a fine thread, some is more coarse. So a bunch of different options for whatever you need. So now we have his cloth book sample here. We're gonna go through it. He has so many different choices, so many different options. We really need to think about how we want the design to be and what kind of material. He's also developing a brand new style of cloth. We don't have all of the colors confirmed for that style yet, but probably we're gonna use that new style that he's making. We're gonna wait and see until all the colors are available for us to pick from, then decide how we wanna proceed. But for bookmaking, you know, not just for this notebook, but for if you're making a hardcover book that needs cloth, he has hundreds of different styles and colors to choose from. His collection is really quite impressive. On this next video coming up soon, we're gonna go to the factory and show you how they actually make the cloth, from the threads to the woven material, to the finishing, to the dyeing. So we'll see you in the next one.